Mwakwaba about Matter ICT Academy. And then we are looking at Microsoft Excel. Microsoft Excel. Microsoft Excel. And we are looking at the next lesson on our Microsoft Excel platform. So this is the lesson 2. And we are learning about creating a workbook. And then you should be for creating a workbook, how to create a workbook. Of course, in the previous lesson, we learned something. What did we learn in the previous lesson? Of course, you see what is Excel. Excel common scenarios for using Excel. Now I say, any the Excel. And also between the Excel. You see how the fire no so previous lesson. Then you see a course where what goes into it. Then you see in this particular course, step by step, you boss. And now your next lesson, which is about creating a workbook. And in this particular lesson, your lesson will be about a workbook, a worksheet, then how you can create the worksheet as simple as ABCD. This is what we are going to learn today. And afterwards, you look at the rest in that order. So, and I know, you share workbook. You catch a workbook. Workbook, workbook in Microsoft Excel. Now, a workbook is another word for Excel file. To say, why use Microsoft Office? Now, what's a document? Sana to say Excel file now. File now what's now on the whole. Meaning now your friend workbook no. So when you start Excel, you create blank workbook to create a workbook from scratch. Now, when you say that particular workbook that you've created, then it's called a workbook. It will say Excel now was creating with computer now or Microsoft Excel now. File now was creating any friend a workbook. So a workbook can also say it's a file that contains worksheets or multiple sessions, usually called spreadsheet application. So basically, say your workbook now, it consists of something called worksheet, which you'll be looking at in a few minutes. Your friend will be worksheet. You have a worksheet and check. So that is basically what happens when we look at a worksheet. So a worksheet or a workbook is a collection of what? A worksheet in another way. So you got a workbook now. A worksheet I would be there. And a workbook, which is the Excel file. Now, what is a worksheet? You got a worksheet. Worksheet is simply a collection of cells where you keep and manipulate data. So your Microsoft Excel is like it's an application now. You control data and you control information, especially financial data. So each Excel workbook contains multiples of a worksheet which you look at. And we have a worksheet now, and one thing is a spreadsheet. So if you hear spreadsheet, worksheet, they are the same. Spreadsheet, worksheet, they are the same. There's no much difference. So how do we create a worksheet or a workbook in that order? Now, when you want to create a workbook or if you want to create a brand new workbook, you can use the following: a blank workbook in Excel. You can also use templates. And the last one is based on an existing workbook. Now, I'll elaborate these points as we move ahead. But first of all, let's look at how we can create a blank workbook. So how do we create a blank workbook? At this point, I will go back to my computer. Then we look at how we can actually create a workbook. So that is my computer. Now, to open Excel, which we learned in the previous lesson, you just take your mouse pointer, then you click on the menu, start menu, and you click on the start menu. Once you click on the start menu, you go to all programs or all apps. Then you look through your programs and look for the Microsoft Office folder. So you look through and look for Microsoft Office folder. So Microsoft Office folder now, then you can click on it to open and look for Microsoft Excel. And after more precisely, you can also click on the set box, then type in. So set box run the bottom a bill Windows 7, a bill Windows 8, 8.1, Windows 10. So just type Excel there and Excel will pop up. Click on it and you open your Microsoft Excel on your computer, and your Excel will be ready for use. So that is my Excel that is open. But of course, when you open Office on Office 2013 and 2016, this is the page that you will see. Page with any page I'll do. Now, when you see this page, then you can select. So as we are saying, when you are on this page, or if you open Office 2007 and 2010, and remember, if you want to create a blank document, just click on File. So you click on File, New, then you click on Blank Workbook like this. Then it opens a blank workbook for you. That is how we create a blank workbook. Then in the blank workbook, we start designing our Excel from scratch, entering data and stuff. Then we design an Excel application. So that is how we create a blank workbook. Then once you've created a blank workbook, you can now click on Save. Then the Save dialog box will come. Then you give it a name, Save Kofi. Then you click Enter to save it. Once you save it, in the title bar, you see the name of the file and the application. That is there. Now you are done. You simply open a blank workbook where you can start all your Excel works from. So on a quick recap of what we've learned so far, a quick recap on what we've learned so far in terms of Microsoft Excel. What have we learned? How do we open a blank workbook? How do we open a blank workbook? So I want to quickly let us take a look at how we open or we create a workbook using a blank workbook. So how do we do that? On a quick recap, this is how it is done. To create a blank workbook in Excel, you click on the File tab. Then once you click on the File tab, you click on New. When you click on New, then under Available Templates, double click on the blank workbook as I did. Then you have your workbook. Now you can also click on Control-N to create a blank workbook in Excel. Shortcut, keyboard shortcut, Control-N. It will help you create a blank workbook. So that is that. So that is how you create a blank workbook in Excel. Then you can start entering our data, which will be our next topic. Now, how do we create using a template? How do we create using a template? So let's simply go to the computer screen and let's hit it straight. Now, this is my Excel, which is already open. Now, to create an Excel workbook from a template, I will click on File. Then when I click on File, I click on New. Now, under New, you will see that if you are using Office 2007 and 2010, you will see template and a sample template. Click on that one. But if you are using 13, 16, and 360, then you'll be able to find the samples here. So you have student schedules, student attendance record. So I will look through to see any of the template that matches what I want to do. So you have expenses trend budget, simple monthly budget. So if it is simple monthly budget that I want to do, I simply click on it. Now it will open in my Excel, or sometimes it will ask you to download from the internet. Then you have the template. So this is the template. So once I have this, I can simply edit the information here, put my information there, and I have my simple monthly budget application. So that is how you also create an Excel workbook from a template. So a template is just simple example and answer a design of what you want to do. It's all the answer. You just select the template that matches what you want to do. So we have so many encounters of templates on the internet and as well as in Microsoft Excel that you can choose from to create a template from scratch. So that is how templates, you can create Excel from templates. You can create Excel application from template. So on the fifth one, let's also really look at the tab for how we create an Excel from the template we are looking at. So how do we create Excel from the template we are looking at? Now, to create an Excel from a template, the same process, click on Start or click on the File tab in Microsoft Excel, the File tab in the menu bar, click on the File tab. And when you click on it, click on New. When you click on New, then under the available template, if you're using Office 2010, 2007, click on Sample Template. But if you're using Office 13, 16, or 360, then just look through the template that comes, the available template, and look for a template that suits what you want to do. Then you click on it. Once you double click on the template you want, then it opens in your Excel sheet. Sometimes you have to download it from the internet, as I've stated. So you might need internet connection. Once that is done, you have your template to work with. So that is how we create Excel workbook from templates. Now let's look at how we can also create an Excel workbook from existing workbook. How we open a new workbook from an existing workbook. That one is a little bit tricky, but let's get to it. So let me head towards my window or my computer. So this is my Excel. So this is my Excel software application. So if I want to open from an existing, I click on New. Then I click on File. I'll click on File. Once I click on File, then I can click on New. Especially those using Office 2007, 2010. You can click on New, then you find Open from Existing. Open from Existing, which will open a new dialog box for you. Then from that dialog box, you can select where the Excel file you want to use is. Then you click on it. Okay, so play a baby, then you can do the rest. Now, for those of us using the 13 and 16, click on Open. Once you are open, click on Computer. Then once you click on Computer, it will take you to the display, which will be similar to those using Office 2007 and then 2010. So here I have a workbook here named Student. All that I need to do is just click on that workbook if that's what I want to use. So maybe this is an already saved workbook. This is an already saved workbook. I have saved computer and for that. So the main say make click so to open it. What I'll do is I'll come to File again, click on Save As. So once I click on Save As, then I click on my computer, but those of using Office 2007 and 2010, it's open this dialog box straight away for you. Then change this name and rename it to another name, which you can remember, or for what you want to do. Then click Save. Once you save that, it means you've resaved the existing workbook to another workbook name. And now I can edit this workbook to suit whatever I want to do with my workbook. So example, if you have a previous saved budget, a previous saved income statement, you can simply open it, save it using the Save As command. Then you save it with a different name. Then you edit it. Then you have a work which is being a new workbook which is being made out of an existing workbook. So that is how we create a workbook from an existing workbook. So let's look at that one as well. Now, to create a workbook from an existing workbook, simply do the following. Just click on the File tab. Then on the File tab, click on New. If you're using Office 2007 and 2010, then click on the template, click on New from Existing. Then in the New from Existing dialog box that will appear, browse your drive and select or click on the workbook that you want to create new out of. Then click on Create New. Then it will create a new copy. But for those of us using Office 2013 and 2016, just go to Open. Just go to Open on your file menu, like you're opening an old work. Then when you open that work, what you have to do is that just click on the file menu tab again. Then you click on Save As button. Then once you click on the Save As button, you can simply rename the file to another name which save it with a different name, and now you have a new workbook. So that is simply how we create a workbook in Microsoft Excel. That is how we create a workbook in Microsoft Excel. And as I've also always indicated, we are not making our videos so long. You can video time so that you can rewatch them over and over and over again to understand. So this is simply how we create a workbook in Microsoft Excel. Now, in our next topic, we will be looking at how we can enter data in Microsoft Excel. And under that place, we'll be looking at the interface. What is this? What is that? What is this? So we'll be going much more detail in that particular topic on the part of the Excel. We'll be addressing ourselves with much more knowledge in that angle. So this is how we create Excel workbook. And this is where we end this particular lesson, which is lesson 2 on Microsoft Excel course. And I hope to see you in the next lesson again. Thank you once again. Thank you very much for watching. Stay blessed. Until we meet again, I say bye-bye.